What's going on, y'all? We're on another episode of Gonzo's Convos. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Becky Love. I'm from California and I'm a barber in Cosmo.
Hell yeah. So what made you want to become a barber?
Honestly, I started doing cosmetology first, and it all kind of started in high school. I did my
Mhm.
friend's hair and makeup, and after that, I'm like, you know what? I like doing this. I'm gonna pursue that as a career. So I started doing that, and then I graduated, got my license. I worked at a salon, and we were getting a lot of men there. And I kind
Yeah,
of didn't really know how to cut men's hair, so I would kind of hide in the back a little bit because I'm like, dang, I don't know how to do this. I need to go and do barbering. But
yeah,
luckily, the owner there and then the coworker at the time, she was like, no, 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 you don't have to go and do barbering. Like, we'll help you. Just try to do whatever you can, and
yeah.
then whatever you can't do, then like we'll help you and finish it and show you how to do it. So that's how I started barbering.
I got you. So was it like easy to pick up, or was it kind of challenging a little bit?
Um, There's a whole lot of different haircuts, so it was a little bit challenging at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy.
I got you.
Yeah.
I know, like when it was during that COVID time, a lot of like dudes were doing like their self haircuts and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and a lot of them like they had the guards down, but they didn't have like the whole fading part down, so it looked all
Right.
bulky and stuff. You know.
And especially like how can you do your own the back of your head, you know? You would have to find
Mhm.
like and then the mirror is kind of weird cuz you're going like the opposite way like
Right,
so I give people props that can do their own haircuts.
right. Which that's why I feel like a lot of people rock the mullets or they had the quache haircut, where they just had the back,
Yeah,
you know.
the back long and then they just cut the sides.
Yeah, yeah. What's your opinion on that? Like, I know there's a lot of opinions about, the Edgar haircuts, the quache haircut. Like, what is your opinion on those?
Honestly, I don't really care too much for them. I probably have done them like two times out here, but I do see one of my coworkers. He gets a lot. He gets a lot of Edgar haircuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people say they look like crazy, like they look weird.
yeah. What kind of haircut do you have?
Me, I have the high taper fade with a buzz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's coming back too. I feel like.
You think so? I don't know. I've been getting that haircut for a while, and I used to have an Edgar too, and I was like, nah, this looks stupid.
I think yeah,
Uh,
you grow out of it for sure.
yeah, you grow out of that. I used to just let my hair grow out and it get curly and stuff.
Oh, your hair
Um,
is curly?
yeah, when it grows a certain length, it starts to curl a little bit. But yeah, that one got a lot of high maintenance, so I was like, let me just cut it down and keep it simple.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother has curly hair as well. So right now he's letting it grow out, so I just do like a little baby taper on the sides and the back.
Yeah, I got you. So what's your favorite haircut to do?
Um, I mean, comb overs, like the classic gentleman's cut, I get a lot of those. So they're pretty easy and I'm already used to it.
Yeah,
Um, Probably like bald fades are pretty cool. What else? I think that's mainly the ones that I do like that I'm quick at. Um, but the ones that are in right now is like the burst fade and like the mohawk style.
yeah,
And
yeah.
oh, the mullet is coming back.
Which is
So that's
crazy.
that's pretty crazy, yeah.
Because I can't picture myself with a mullet. I think I would look like Peso Pluma a little bit. And I'm not trying to
Yeah,
steal
you
his
know what?
look.
Yeah, I feel like I think he's the one that hyped it all up.
Yeah, probably. What
He's
pa-
like,
what
"Oh,
part
I
of
want."
Cali?
I live, or yeah, I live in Montclair, which is about 45 miles, I believe, from LA.
Okay, so it's like it's a predominantly like Latino area type deal.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a lot of Latinos on this side.
So then, yeah, Peso
Hmm.
Pluma had a big impact over there too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He
hell
did.
yeah. Because I'm living in El Paso right now, so here you see, like I said, you see a lot of Edgars, you see the burst fades too, and you see that the Guache haircut too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's pretty similar than out here.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty similar. Just the food is different, That's
I
about
have.
it.
Did I go to Houston? Oh no, I went to Dallas maybe last year.
Hmm.
We stayed out there maybe I want to say just for the weekend, and we went to a Dallas Cowboy game. But I haven't been to Houston yet.
Okay. So you're a Cowboys fan?
No, I actually like the Raiders, but since we
Oh
were out
shit,
there,
me too.
yeah,
Me too.
nice, nice.
I have two custom Raiders jerseys and shit. So I love the
Oh
Raiders.
really? Hell
Hell
yeah,
yeah. Hell yeah. Max Crosby's my favorite player.
nice.
Hell yeah.
I know this year I wasn't really watching football too much. I was way busy at work. I'm starting to teach barbering too now, so
Hmm.
I have a lot of stuff going on.
I like that though.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be pretty cool to learn because like I'm one of those people that like if I could save money and I know how to cut my own hair and if I could save money doing that, I'ma definitely learn it type deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Like don't get me wrong, I have a good barber and all, but if I could save that money, I'd do it myself for sure. You know. But going into the topic at hand on this
Hmm.
generation. So what do you think of this generation so far?
Um, like in what aspect?
Like on a relationship aspect or like how people communicate with each other type of deal. Like what are your thoughts on it?
I feel like there's a lot of people that do need to do a lot of healing from either childhood healing or like past traumas.
Yeah.
Um, they definitely need to learn how to communicate better. They start playing, I feel like, I don't know, they start playing games like, oh, they're not texting me back. Well, I'm not going to text back either. Kind of like, you know, what do they say? A taste of their own medicine. But I don't think it should be like that. It should be more like, you know what? If I feel some type of way, I'm a tell you how I feel. And it shouldn't be an argument. It should be a conversation
Yeah.
and be able to talk about it and work it out, you know?
Yeah, I feel that.
And a lot of people don't know how to do that.
I would say it's mainly, the younger generation. I guess you could say my generation, which I don't like to say that I'm a part of because I feel like I'm separate from it. But a lot of the younger people don't know how to work through the issues, don't know how to communicate through the issues, I feel like, and that leads to them either breaking up or like cheating on each other. I feel like
Yeah.
that's very much what what do you call it? Like hyped up. Like it's trying to think of the word for it, but I'm just gonna say hyped up for now. But yeah, it's like
That
crazy. There
I
you go.
I feel like that, and also it's just so much easier to be able to talk to somebody because since we have the internet now, they can just go on Instagram, they can go on dating apps, they can just, they're like, oh, I could just find someone else real quick.
Yeah,
And back in the day, we didn't. Well, not I'm not that old, but back in the day, it wasn't really like that. It was either like you work it out with your partner, you didn't have that access
yeah.
so easily.
Which I feel like that made things easier though. Like me, I was born in 2002, so I was still that kid that went outside and did things and stuff like that, and still had a childhood outside. But
Yeah.
as I got older, I was like, man, people are relying on, like what you said, social media and text messages, FaceTime. They're relying on that type of stuff too much to really get in relationships and stuff instead of just going outside and doing things more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
So that's why I say the 90s vibe was probably the best. 90s was probably the best era in my opinion. Just based off what I've seen, what I've learned type of deal, it seemed like it was just simpler on that aspect.
Yeah, I was born in '89, so yeah, I definitely
No,
lived the '90s.
no way.
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't look like it
crazy.
at all. Yeah, that's good. Definitely a good thing.
I know a lot of people. They're like, "What? You don't look that old." I'm like, "Yeah,
You
I'm gonna
don't. You
turn
don't at all.
35, 35 this year." So,
Yeah,
yep.
you look like at most like late 20s, like maybe like 27, 28.
Yeah, I get that a lot for sure.
Yeah. You got like a skin routine or something. And that
Honestly, I don't. I do drink a lot of water, so I guess that probably has an impact.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I drink a
Yeah,
lot of water
and
too.
I I try. I don't really eat fast food. I just eat more. I try to eat healthy, work out,
I'm gonna tell you
go
as a
out into nature.
that's good, but I'm gonna tell you like me like as a Chicano, it's hard to eat healthy. Like
No, yeah,
we do not
definitely.
eat healthy at all. At fucking
I'm
all.
as long as you're not going out to like fast food restaurants, you're eating at home. It's a little bit more healthier because the stuff they put in the food nowadays is not good for your body.
It's not like that's all like processed meat and stuff like that. It's crazy, you know.
Hmm.
And there's people that will literally eat out every single day. Like they will get fast food every
Yeah.
single day. Yeah, and I don't really know how they do that because if I would, I feel like if I were to do that, I'd be feeling like shit. You know, very much so.
No, yeah, for sure. And it is
And that's
true.
the
A
other
lot of
bad.
people don't cook, they just go eat out.
Well, see, there you go. That's another bad thing about this generation too is people don't want to cook for themselves. People don't want to go and eat out and
Yeah.
go to restaurants and do all this craziness and spend money here and there. That's crazy to me. You know.
And then they're complaining about them being broke.
Yes, yes. You know how many people I've known will literally ask everybody in their phone or everybody on social media that they're really close with for money. Like I'm not knocking it. Like everyone needs help here and there, but when it's a constant thing, that's when
Hmm.
you need to figure out what change you need to do.
Yeah,
You know.
exactly. It's like if whatever you're doing is not working for you, you feel like you're constantly in the same cycle, like you got to change something.
Yep, yep. And that's the issue right there. A lot, and I've realized too. A lot of these influencers on Instagram too are not as rich as people think either. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Because I've had
Yeah.
influencers on here before, and they give me like a little insight on it. But they tell me like, yeah, like to make money on Instagram is hard. And even myself, like I make very little on Instagram compared to Spotify and YouTube and all that. So it's hard to make money on Instagram if you're going to be an influencer.
Yeah.
And you
That's
know
it.
the fact that a lot of this generation is trying to pursue that or be a TikTok influencer.
Yeah, they
I
think
feel like
it's like easy money or they make
they
so
think
much money. Yeah.
they think it is, but I mean, I feel like a lot of them need a reality check. Like it's cool to do it, but I feel
Hmm.
like you need to have a stable job to help get you there at first. Don't just say fuck everything and then just jump straight to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, especially because TikTok's what there's like a rumor TikTok's going away soon
I
or
know
whatever.
that's what I've been hearing too, and I honestly I get a lot of my information from TikTok. Like I like to do a lot of herbal remedies instead of actual like over the counter medicine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang, they're gonna take my favorite like pretty much my Google away. I hope they don't, but I feel like they want to take it away since um the US doesn't have control over it since it's not
Yeah,
an app
and
from the US.
It's a
Hmm.
Chinese app, so yeah, it's a little bit of a
Yeah.
tricky situation for Americans, but I feel like the thing is though, if they take away TikTok, they're just gonna come out with a whole nother app. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
if you think about it, I don't know if you remember Musically or Vine or whatever like that. Vine used to be my
Oh
shit.
yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I remember
They
Vine.
took those yeah, they took those away, and then guess what? TikTok came around the corner, and then people were
Hmm.
getting on TikTok and doing their thing. So I feel like if they get rid of that, there's going to be another app just right around the corner that people are going to make.
Yeah, for
Some,
sure.
you know,
I've been seeing one called like lemon something, and it talks about like lifestyle. I haven't downloaded it yet, but I've been seeing like the ads for it. So maybe that one might pop off.
what is it called? Lemon what?
I don't remember the exact name. It was like lemon. Honestly, I don't remember. Lemon something. I have to double check. But it comes out on like TikTok, like on the ads.
Yeah, I saw like a bunch of different ads on. I haven't seen the lemon one. Is it just like TikTok or is it like something different?
Yeah, it looks like it's just like TikTok, but it's just about people's like their like lifestyle or like routines. That's what I
Hmm.
see that they promote.
You know what? Yeah, I could see an app like that popping off, for sure.
Hmm.
For sure. Because what TikTok started with dances, and then
Yeah,
You know,
they
it
did.
went from there. You know, and then Lemon with the whole what do you call it? The whole routine daily shit, the daily vlog
Uh-huh.
type deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that popping off too. You know, because the whole daily vlog, a lot of people are trying to do the whole vlog thing. So I could see that.
Yeah.
You
And I
know.
remember back in the day, the YouTube would have that, like the blogs and like little mini blogs on the road trips and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Which
That that might come back again. Who knows?
maybe like I've thought about doing something like that, but I'm like, do I really have like the time and effort to really do a vlog, bro? Like,
I
you
feel
know what I
like the
mean?
recording shouldn't be that hard. It's just like the editing for sure and putting it all together and then uploading it.
I don't even say that. I feel like for me, you know, because me doing the whole content thing. I feel like for me, it's mainly just finding the time to do all that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's the big thing is just finding the time to fit that in because a lot of people vlog
Yeah.
for like a whole 24 hours or even longer, and it's
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I could do that.
You
You
wouldn't
know,
want to record yourself for 24 hours?
it's not that I wouldn't want to. Like I would be down for it. It's just if I had the time to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
But then again, if I did do it, people would see like, hey, like here's how I schedule things. Here's how I, promote the podcast thing. All that stuff. You know what I
Like
mean?
behind the scenes, kind of.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be a bad idea. I might do it. We'll see. Maybe.
See what happens.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But getting back to the generation thing, right? So as far as the whole relationship thing, like what do you think people need to do better as far as dealing with their relationship and all that kind of stuff?
Um, I feel like a lot of people start looking for a relationship to feel happy when they should actually be happy about themselves. So pretty much learn about yourself, what you like, what you don't like. And once you know and know your boundaries and your self-respect, then you can go ahead and start dating because you're going to know exactly what you want.
I'm
And
actually
once
really I'm actually really glad I said I'm really glad you said that because I feel like so me as a dude, right? I feel like a lot of females that I see, they look for through they look for like the stuff that doesn't really matter, if that makes sense.
yeah, like artificial, like pretty much like the I would call it the 3D stuff. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like they look at the zodiac signs, if that matches with theirs, they look if the dude is 6 foot and taller, if he's making six figures, which I'm like, dude, like it sounds like to me they're trying to date like a professional athlete or some shit because this shit doesn't
right.
sound realistic to me, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. They got to go out there and get to know a person. How
Yeah.
you said they're just out there looking like, oh, well, it looks like their sign matches with mine, and they're this tall. Okay, that will work. Like then you
Yeah,
start dating them, and there's all these red flags, and they treat you like crap. And then what? You know?
yeah. Which I am curious about that because I feel like people have their different thoughts of what a red flag and a green flag is, but for you personally, what would a red flag for you be?
Um, Definitely a person that would try to like manipulate me or gaslight me or project themselves onto me like the way they are, but they're saying like I'm that person when I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I feel like those are definitely red flags. Um, I don't know what else would be.
What about lying? Would lying be a red flag?
Yeah, because why would you lie for what? There shouldn't be a reason. There shouldn't be a reason to lie.
You're right.
Be
You're right.
straight up.
Bro,
I mean,
I'm
like we're all grown. Why lie? You're lying
I get what you're saying.
because you're
I
doing
agree
something
with you, but
wrong. You know?
I agree with you. I'm gonna throw in a scenario for you, right? So let's say it's like a small lie. Like if it's something like, hey, did you clean the house today? And he's like, nah. Or he's like, yeah, I did, but then you come home and it's still kind of messy. Like it's cleaner than it was, but kind of messy. But to the point where you're like, it's not clean. Like he didn't do all that. Would
Yeah.
you consider that like a red flag type of lie, or would you be like, ah, that's like a whatever lie, like he needs to work on that, but it's whatever type deal?
Um, I guess it would be like a whatever. It's not that crazy of a lie, but still, it's like just be like, you know what? I haven't had the chance. I'll get to it when I can.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So what would be a crazy lie to you, like in your opinion?
But let's see. I guess saying you're doing something else, like let's say we're supposed to see each other or something, and then you're coming at me saying like, oh, something came up, like a big old crazy lie about, oh, my mom's in the hospital. Like that's a crazy lie, and you know your mom's not in the hospital. You know,
Yeah,
I
that's
think that would
wild.
be like, okay, like you're tripping. Like what's going on?
Yeah, like obviously I would get if that was like a real deal
Yeah,
type of thing, like that actually happened. But if that's just an excuse, like that's kind of fucked up. like
yeah, like
not
that.
only not
That's
only
crazy. Like what?
like not only to your significant other, but to the mom too, because you're throwing the mom in the mix. I feel like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. I feel like sometimes people lie about the small, like the randomest stuff. So I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, it definitely definitely is. I don't know. It's I feel like it's just a crazy world we live in, and people are. I will say people are more prone to excuses too. So just like you said, where people will stand people up. Like if they have a date planned or whatever. I feel like that happens more often than not. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I feel like lying is like a big thing that happens when people are trying to work out a relationship. I don't know why, but that's just a thing that happens. You know?
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
definitely. With me, it's like just be honest, communicate, and you know, be respectful, loyal.
Yeah,
Nothing too crazy. Like it's just basic it's stuff, you know.
yeah, yeah. And then a
And
little
just
bit of
be authentic.
right, right, and a little bit of a personal question. You're single, correct?
Yes, I'm single at the moment.
Okay, so you can you don't have to answer this, but what is the reason why you're single? Is it like the dudes out there just be lying, or what exactly is it that doesn't really attract get you into that taken type status?
Um, I feel like I've done like a lot of healing within myself, and I'm
Yeah.
doing a lot of things like with my career. I have two daughters as well, so I have a lot on my plate.
Hmm.
And when I do care about someone, I'll make time for them.
Yeah.
And I've noticed on like my past relationship, we dated for a while, and everything was going pretty smooth. And then out of nowhere, it was like, oh, I need to focus on myself, or I got to do this and I got to do that. And I'm like, all right, that's cool, you know, like, or he'll be like, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy, busy. Like, I can't see you, I'm busy, busy, busy. I'm like, all right. So it's kind of makes me feel like, all right, so it looks like you don't have time for me, or you don't want to hang out with me, or you know what's the problem or what's the issue.
Yeah.
And whenever I would say something like that, he would just be like, I really have to just focus on myself. And I'm like, all right, well, looks like you don't want to be in a relationship, then that's fine. I'm not gonna be chasing you or begging you to come
Yeah.
and hang out with me. Like that's
Yeah.
not that's not me. Like I'm gonna just let you be, but don't be coming at me trying to hang out and do other things when we're not in a relationship. Like why would we?
Right. And I wouldn't expect you to to think that he's gonna be jealous if you're hanging out with other dudes, because that's his own damn fault. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
with that, like I've heard that often too, which is like the whole working on myself, or it's the I'm not ready, or I feel like it's those little excuses that people like to use. You know what I'm saying? I've
yeah,
been in situations too, and I feel like that's stupid, because it's like, why entertain the idea of being together if you're just not gonna be all the way there? I
right,
feel like I
yeah.
feel like I feel like that shouldn't be a thing. I feel like that's kind of petty, in my opinion.
Hmm. And I do know there's people that still need to work on themselves, like spiritually, mentally, physically, and like career wise. But it's
Hmm.
like, okay, if you knew you still needed, you weren't there yet to like be in a relationship, then how you said, like, why would you entertain that?
Yeah.
And a lot of guys do sabotage a good thing because they get scared, or they have insecurities, or they have like past traumas that they still need to work through,
Yeah.
and they don't realize it, I think, until like it feels like, damn, this is kind of like too real, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And like on a personal note, I feel like me personally, like I feel like my past traumas were the fear of getting cheated on. And the reason why that started was, we all had that, puppy love here and there, like when we were innocent and all that shit.
Yeah.
I had that, got cheated on, 3 times, whatever. And the third time was like, nah, like we need to separate from this shit.
That
And
was from the same person?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, it was a Puerto Rican female, so that's really what gave me the thought. I was like, these Puerto Ricans kind of crazy. I love Puerto Rican females, but they're a little crazy. But
Yeah.
yeah, got cheated on 3 times, whatever. And then after that, like I was on my P's and Q's. I was like, like every female I talked to, I was really worried about getting cheated on or whatever. So it was
Hmm.
kind of like I didn't get attached too easily, and I was just more so like whatever happens, happens type deal. And if
Yeah,
another
like you had your walls up, definitely.
yeah, and there were no strings
Yeah.
attached or anything either. So if another female wanted to talk to me, of course I was gonna talk too. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't
Yeah.
we didn't we didn't set up to where it's like, hey, me and you are together type deal. It
Hmm.
wasn't like that. So it was more so just me trying to play the game better, and then later on trying to figure out like why the fuck do I want to do this? Like I'd rather,
Yeah, no, yeah.
you know.
Because you still had
So,
that, how you said, like, scared of getting cheated on.
yeah,
And that's
yeah.
crazy, because I feel like there is guys that are like that still now.
Mhm.
And they're like, oh, well, it's because my experiences and this and that. But not every experience, or not every situation, or not every person is the same.
Exactly.
That's why you gotta take the time to, like, know a person, learn how they are, instead of
Exactly.
um instead of thinking like, oh, they're just gonna do this, or feel a certain way because somebody else already cheated on them before.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like even though you get to know a person really well, it's still gonna be on the back of your mind. Like, what if they're, like, what if they're talking to another dude, or like, what if they're doing this and that behind my back? Like, there's always that thought. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like that stuff. I feel like it never leaves you because you kind of learn from that experience type deal. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
But do you think if they would communicate with you all the time, would you still be worried about, like, oh, are they cheating on me?
It depends. It honestly depends. Like if we're in the same area, like same city, same state, I wouldn't have that worry as much versus if it was like she was like a state away or a city away
Yeah.
and we talked every day, cool. But I still feel like the times we aren't talking, you might be doing this and that. You know what I mean? Or like I don't know. That
Because they're
thought is
so
just
far.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just that thought's always going to be on the back of my head just because I want to make sure that I'm not getting my hopes up for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
all
that
part
makes
of
sense.
and again, it goes back to what you said, but the whole healing thing. I feel like,
Hmm.
when I was in that position, I definitely feel like I should have healed more. You know what I'm saying? Should have took time to just myself and did things myself more often, but I wasn't worried about it at the time. So, you know.
Yeah. It was more like, oh, well, I'm gonna just do me, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I feel like with the whole relationship thing and all that type of deal, I feel like people need to definitely just take time to themselves and really figure out themselves and what they actually like, what they don't like, what attracts them, what doesn't. Just really figure out that type of stuff for themselves, and then
Hmm.
with that, they can go on about their day.
Yeah,
You know, and then
definitely.
the other thing is not looking for it.
Yeah.
Like you personally, like I don't know if you've ever looked like went looking for a relationship, but if you did, have you ever felt that looking for a relationship was the bad idea versus just focusing on yourself and letting things fall into place?
I feel like after I think my first daughter, her dad, I was probably
Yeah,
looking. But after that, I'm like, no, I didn't really care too much for look for a
yeah,
relationship. I had to worry on like getting myself together, my career, and making sure she has a roof over her head and we eat. So after that, I'm
yeah,
like, I'm not really looking, and it would like people would cross my paths, but back then, like I wasn't really, I guess healed all the way. I mean, we're not always healed fully, but I was just like young, and I would date, and then I would always something would always happen, and I'm like, damn, why am I attracting these type of guys that are like not I they can be respectful at the beginning, but then after they start like switching up and try to be like
yeah,
manipulative or this and that. And I kind of had to figure it out, like why was going on, like what's the reason, or why, what do I need to heal? And then that's when I
yeah,
started like doing me and healing myself and all that.
yeah. I got you.
So now I know like what type of person I would want,
Yeah, I
and
got you.
obviously they're not going to be perfect. No one is perfect. I'm not perfect either, but at least I kind of know instead of wasting my time.
Exactly, exactly. And I'm glad you said that. No one is perfect. No one is. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there that do.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've ever seen it or heard of it, but people do like the whole like, what am I on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being perfect, one being like, just straight up ass or whatever. And I feel like I feel like the ones that ask those questions, there are a lot of people feel like they're a 10, which is cool. You can have that self confidence, but to walk around thinking that you're
Yeah.
perfect and you're untouchable, I think that's a little bit crazy, and I think that's a little delusional. I mean, a lot delusional. You know what I'm saying? Like, I, I feel
Right.
like I feel like people definitely need to be more realistic about themselves for sure. I don't think anyone's a 10. I don't at all. I think
Hmm.
the only individual that would be considered a 10 is God. Simple as that.
Right.
Like God is the 10, but everyone else, I mean, you could be a 9, you could be an A, you be whatever, but I don't think anyone's a 10 because 10 is like perfect and no one's perfect. So that's why I'm glad you said
Hmm.
that. A lot of people out there that will walk along these streets thinking that they're perfect, that they're just better than everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah, and it shouldn't be that way. Definitely not.
Shouldn't be. No, definitely not.
Like portray, yeah, portray that they're how you said portray that untouchable, and but deep down it's like, okay, you're just being, how do you say, what's that word? They're just working out of their ego, I guess you can say, like egotistic.
Yeah. Which, like I said, there's nothing wrong with being confident within yourself. Like if you're like, hey, like me myself,
Yeah.
I look in the mirror and I'll be like, hey, I look good today. I'm gonna be going about my day, but I'm not gonna sit there and be like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm a fucking 10. Like nah, bro. Like I feel like if I walked around like that and was like, hey, I'm a 10, I'm gonna get humbled real damn quick. Like that's just the real
Right.
answer. I'm
Right.
gonna get, and I feel like those individuals need to get humbled for sure. You know,
Yeah.
because here's the thing though, like a lot of people when they do that rating, they think of looks. Now
I
a
was
lot
gonna
of
say
times
that. I was gonna ask you, like, are they rating because of the looks? Like, is that what they're asking about being a 10, or
I would
personality wise? You know?
I would assume it's the looks because a lot of times and a lot of things that I see, um, it's that they rate themselves a 10, but their personality, because they're like that, like their personality is just it goes down because they're thinking that they're better than everybody else, and I feel like that's
Yeah.
not perfect. That's not perfect, and when I think of perfect, that's not what I think of. When I think of perfect, I
Mhm.
think of you know you're you're loved by everybody. You're
Yeah.
humble. You know what I'm saying? You have the most outgoing personality, and you just everything is just perfect. And I don't see that within a lot of people. You know what I mean? Even if they're like the
Mhm.
most, even the most holy people, I don't see that type of deal. Like I don't see that at all. So I feel like no one's really a 10. No one's really perfect like that because you can have good looks, all that, and the third, but your personality is also what speaks out too. And if you look good but your personality sucks, then guess what? You're not a 10.
Yeah.
I hate
Mhm.
to break it to you.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my logic on it. A lot of people think differently, but that's just when I think of that type of stuff. I think I really dig deep into it.
Yeah. No, I believe that that's true. What you're saying.
Yeah,
There is a lot of people that think like just the looks, but in reality, like it's not just about the looks. It's about your personality and the way you treat people.
exactly. The way you treat people is a big thing too. Very much so a big thing. You know, because there's a lot of there's a lot of people that think they're tens, but will treat people like they should just bow down to them, and it's like that shit is
Yeah.
crazy.
Mhm.
Because they, you know. But if you look at it, that's a good majority of celebrities nowadays. You know.
Yeah. What do they call it? They're living on a high horse. Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
on a high
living on a
horse or
high
something
horse.
like that. Yeah.
I haven't heard that term in a long time, but yeah, living on a yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
Now I feel not.
Nah, don't feel old. No, I love that shit. That's cool as hell. That's old school shit. I love it. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I remember they're like, oh, now they think they're on a high horse or something like that.
Yeah, like
I'm
that's
like,
some
oh,
yeah, yeah. That's crazy. I haven't heard that shit in a long time. That's crazy. Probably not since I was a kid, bro. Like that's crazy. You know? I don't want you to feel old from that. Like that's actually really cool. I love that. I really do. As you know, like those old school terms. I like that for sure.
I feel like physically wise, I don't feel old, but sometimes like stuff that I say, I'm like, oh dang, like you don't know what that means. But honestly, like the vocabulary and all like all the words the younger generation say nowadays is like what?
Bingo, yeah, yeah.
Because I
Like
remember the first time. Oh, what was that?
I was gonna say like I'm pretty sure you've never heard like bet this or like what's another one, man? Because I'm falling behind too. What's another one?
So
Fucking
my brother was like, because he's 21 now, but back then he was, I think, in middle school. It was
yeah,
oh dang, thanks you came in clutch, and I was like, clutch, what does
yeah,
that mean?
yeah, yeah,
I was like, clutch, what does that mean? He's like, you came through, like, you came through type of thing. I was like, oh okay, but that was funny.
yeah.
I'm like, clutch, or like, what are the plots? And I'm like, plots? Yeah, like, what are the plans? Just say plans. Why you gotta say plots?
I've never heard of that one. What are the plots? I just be like, what we doing?
What we doing? Yeah.
Hey, motherfucker, where we finna go? Like that's another one too. Finna, like where we finna go, what we finna do.
Finna.
Yeah,
Finna, yeah, that one's everybody, yeah.
that's a big. That's big on the East Coast.
It
I lived on
is.
the East Coast for a little bit, so finna or like there or like what was another one? It was like I'm hip. A lot of people
I'm
out there
hip.
say I'm hip. Yeah, yeah. So like when they're like for sure, like when they want to say for sure, like yeah, that's true. They want to be like yeah, I'm hip. Like
I'm
oh that
hip.
motherfucker, I'm hip. You know.
I know
I
my
don't know
cousin,
too much.
they're from Chicago and she'll say like, ain't it?
Yeah,
Ain't
yeah,
it?
I've heard that too.
And I'm
Yeah,
like, ain't it? I'm like, all right, cool.
yeah, I've heard that too. Or me personally, I just say right. Like if someone says something and I agree with that, I'd be like right.
Oh, I say
Like,
that too. I'm like, right? And
yeah,
I think now they say like bet, huh? They'd be like bet.
we say bet. Like hey,
I'm
let's
like,
go
what?
over here. Let's go to
Bet.
this bar. Bet. I'm on my way.
I'm
You know.
like, what are we betting on? No, I'm just kidding.
And then when you live here in El Paso, it's like you're like, hey, let's go to this bar, Simon que si. Arre.
Simón que sí. Oh, you know
Arre.
what? I literally just heard arre. yeah, a couple months
Yeah.
ago for the first time, and I'm like, what does "are" mean? They're like, "Are," like, come on, type of thing, like, let's do
Yeah.
it. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shoot, I didn't know that that's what it meant.
Yeah. It means like
"Are."
that, or like I, like, you know.
Yeah, like
I didn't
I
learn that.
and
I didn't
so
learn arre. It's funny. I didn't learn arre till I moved down here, in the Tex-Mex area, and that's when I learned
yeah,
what arre.
yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is that too? And then I picked it up. Like I found myself using it, and I'm like, fuck, I've been here too damn long. This needs a change, like for sure.
How
You
long
know,
have you been living in Texas?
in El Paso, I've been here for 2 years now.
2 years.
So yeah, so here pretty soon I'll be moving back to the East Coast and stuff like that. So we're
What
finna
part of the East Coast? East Coast.
East Code.
East Coast. My bad.
No, you're good. I fuck with you. I was living in Maryland, so I was like living like 30 minutes from Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
They say
Nice.
Baltimore. Yeah,
Baltimore. Yeah, I've
yeah.
never been out that way.
Me neither. I was
I've
born in
only
Colorado. I was born and raised
oh in
in Colorado.
Colorado.
Yeah, Pueblo. I had family in Pueblo, but I lived most of my life in Springs, which is like an hour
Oh,
away from
okay.
Denver. And I lived most of my life there. Then after my freshman year of high school, I moved to the East Coast to Maryland, and that's probably the worst. I'm gonna tell you that's probably the worst time to move is when you're in the middle of high school. Fuck that,
No
you know.
way.
Yeah, fuck that.
Dang.
But me, I thought of it as like a refresher. I was like, it's like a fresh start. Why not?
Yeah.
Now, there on the East Coast where I was living, there wasn't a lot of Mexicans out there, but there were a lot of Salvadoreños. There's a lot of Chapinos, Guatemalans type deal.
Yeah.
There's like onesies and twosies of Mexicans. So I'm like, damn, like I'm like one of the few. Like this is
Dang.
yeah. I was like, this is weird. But I met a lot of cool people, and I actually like the lifestyle out there, and it's pretty cool. You know, but Baltimore, I'll probably never go back to Baltimore. Fuck that. It's
So
a
if
little
you,
too.
where would you move back to? Or well, you said the East, but where to? Are you thinking?
Like if I wanted to live wherever I wanted to,
Yeah.
I would say Puerto Rico.
Oh, nice.
And the reason why I would say that is because I feel like one, I could blend in. I could blend in with the people out there. I love it. And two, like people really like I went out there for a week and people really thought I was a local there. Like people were asking me for
Dang.
directions. I was like, bro, like I don't even live here. It was cool. But the thing that tripped me up, and like, yeah, I listen to reggaeton and, corridos. I listen to a lot of Spanish music, but
Hmm.
the thing that tripped me up was being called papi myself. Like people would call me papi, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm used to, I'm used to females calling me that. Like what is this shit?
Oh yeah, they do, huh? They do. Even the guys be like,
Yeah,
"Bobby."
yeah. Puerto Rican's real like papi is like homie. But
Yeah.
when I got called that, it threw me off at first, but then after a while, I was like, okay, I can get used to it. Fuck it. I like this
All
place, so
right.
you know.
You're like, "Arre."
Órale pues, sí, you know. But it was a cool place. I feel like Puerto Rico, like a lot of people would disagree with me and say Puerto Rico is not a good place to live, but I feel like it's just a way for me myself to get away from everything and just blend in and live life out there. I feel like it's a good spot for me personally to be at, you know.
Yeah, Puerto Rico is definitely a spot I do want to go and visit eventually.
Yeah, I recommend it. And usually I'd be biased and say like, hey, go to Mexico, but
Hmm.
it's too
It's
bad out.
different, huh? It sounds yeah. It looks and it sounds like it may be different. Like I don't know. I just want to experience it.
It's not just
And
that it's different, it's just it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be in the bad area, and then like the cartel that runs that fucking area is like, hey, give me this money and I'll let you fucking walk free.
yeah,
Live that type of life, like fuck that. I understand why my ancestors came crossing over. Fuck all that shit. You know,
yeah.
looking for the
No,
better
it
life.
is.
If you really look at it, like here, like in America, here, like it's a better life than what's going on in Mexico. And I'm not knocking Mexico. It's just people don't want to deal with that type of shit. You know,
Yeah, the government doesn't have any control or all that over there.
it don't. And from what I hear, like the president of Mexico is being like, told what to do by cartel members. So it's like, dude,
Dang.
you got cartel members that are part of the La Migra, they're part of the police. So it's like, dude, why would you
Yeah.
want to live there when it's all corrupt like that? Like that's beyond corrupt at that point.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Mexico's a cool place, cool, but I wouldn't live there. Just visiting.
Yeah. Same.
Just
I'm the
visiting.
same.
Yeah. That's like the only time I won't be biased. When it comes to food, I'm gonna be biased. Mexican food all the way. Comida mexicana. Are, you know.
Yeah. I love Mexican food.
For real,
For
what's your
sure.
favorite type?
I like sopes.
Sope? I got a
Sopes.
question.
Yeah.
No, I got a real question. You know what sopapillas are?
Sopapillas? No,
Yeah.
I don't.
No?
No. What is it?
I don't know. Like that might be like a regional Mexican thing, but sopapillas are like you get dough, like you get this dough, fried dough, and it's all
Mhm.
fluffy and stuff like that. So it's like fluffy fried dough, and it's it's good as
And
fuck.
that's it? Yeah, I never tried that.
Like you can make it a dessert, or you could put, you could stuff it like taco type shit, stuff
Hmm.
it, and it's good like that too. But what's funny is a lot of these Tex-Mex people out here look like they know what sopapillas are, but then when I go to California, on the West Coast, they're like, "What the fuck is sopapillas? Like, get
Yeah.
pinche." Like, eh, fuck, like that's just what we eat. Like, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. I've never heard of that. What is it?
Yeah, it's just like fluffed up, floured fried dough. That's all it is. And you could, like I said, you
What?
could turn
That's
it
crazy.
into dessert, or you could, eat it like food. It's good in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But it might be a regional thing. So, oh shit, what happened? Oh.
Sorry, I was getting a phone.
Okay, can you hear me?
Froze.
Can you still hear me?
Dang, like, ah.
Damn it. Yeah,
Can
fucked
you
up.
hear me?
I can hear you, but I don't. Can you hear me? Hold up, hold on, hold on. Instagram. So now you can see me. Yeah, yeah. Damn, we was getting into it. It was getting good. That's like the only thing bad about virtual podcasts is the phone calls and the alarms kind of fuck things up. That I don't like, but here we go. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's my fault. I forgot to tell you, like the phone calls, and for some reason alarms kind of fuck it up a little bit. I have no clue why. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
one of my barbers was calling me right now. Is
For real?
I think they wanted to go have dinner or something. What time
Hmm.
is it? Oh, it's gonna be 7 out here. What time is it over there?
It's about to be 8. But my thing is, we have like 10 minutes left of this podcast. So if you still
For sure.
want to go to that dinner, you can. Like you'll still have time to.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah. But what were we talking about? Yeah, sopapillas. So I
Sopapillas.
genuinely feel like it's a regional thing. Like me, like my family comes from Jalisco, so it might be like a
Oh,
northern
okay.
Mexican. No, like what part of
Yeah.
Mexico does your family come from?
Also Jalisco.
For
They're
real?
from Jalisco. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wait, so how do I know sopapillas that you don't? I'm so confused.
I don't know.
Damn.
Well, I
But you
was
know,
born and raised here. They were born in Mexico, but I've never heard sopapillas. Maybe they just never really. Maybe my mom knows about it and never brought it up. I don't know.
it might not even be like a norte thing. It might just be like a different part of Mexico thing. I don't know that my family adopted. I don't know. I really don't know. But that's crazy.
Now
That's
you
crazy.
now, now you got to look into that.
I really do. Like that shit's
Like,
crazy
where
to
are
me.
sopapillas from? For real.
I might have to look that shit up. Like my family might have been lying to me. That might have just been something they added to their little recipe. Like, yeah, I know this shit.
They made it up.
But me, my favorite, I would say, is smothered burritos, and it's smothered with chile verde.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's pretty bomb. I do like burritos.
Hi guys,
yo, hey, how you
Hi.
doing?
I'm doing. How are you guys doing?
Pretty
Good.
good.
Good,
Getting
good,
into
good. So I'm Soti. I'm from Phoenix, and I think you're Baby Love, right? Yeah, Becky Love. I'm so
Becky.
blind.
Yeah, it's
Nice to
me.
meet you guys. Thank you,
Nice
Gonzo.
to meet you.
Thank you.
yeah. So
Okay.
so what is it that you do?
What do I do? I'm sorry, I'll put the volume up. Um,
Yeah.
I'm a family nurse practitioner.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, and
So
they're in the
we were talking.
medicine for like 12 years.
Oh wow, that's crazy. So we were talking about sopapillas. You know what sopapillas are, right?
Yeah, yeah, the little chingaderas.
Verified. Hell
Wait,
yeah.
I've never heard of that.
No, yeah,
No.
the one with honey and whatnot on top.
Dang. Maybe they
Like you
call
can
it
use
something
it,
else.
like I said, you can use it as a dessert, or you could stuff it with like meats and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
it's eat
Mm-hmm.
it as. You
Yeah,
know what
you
I'm
can.
saying? So I don't know if you know, but do you know where sopapillas come from?
No, somewhere in Mexico.
Somewhere, right? I don't know. So my family and Becky Love's family come from Jalisco. You know what I'm saying? So I know sopapillas, but she doesn't. So that's why we're trying to figure out like what's yeah.
So what do you so I want to thank you for doing this. I've never done this before.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying?
My daughter's
It's
like,
so
"You're gonna be fine." I'm like, "I'm more nervous." I shouldn't be.
nah. There's no reason to be nervous. We're here vibing. Becky, were you nervous at first?
Uh, honestly, no. But like, if I do speak in front of a lot of people, I do get nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and like in front of a lot of people, I don't know why. I always get nervous.
Yeah. Nah, this is chill. This is virtual. Make sure y'all comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Makes things more comfortable. I feel like the virtual
Mm-hmm.
thing. You know? But what part of Mexico is your family from? So get the.
My mom's from Juarez, and my dad's family from Matamoros.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm in El Paso right now. So a lot of people and a lot of people's family are from Juarez. Like Juarez is like right there.
Yep. I have a lot of family in El Paso también.
Oh shit. There we
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they like El Paso or not really?
Not really.
I feel, I
You
feel
know,
yeah.
but yeah, yeah, I enjoy it over there.
I enjoy certain things about El Paso, but then there's other things I'm like, it's a little bit out there, you know.
I think that's I think there's a lot of pros and cons in every, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, that's
with your family and friends.
absolutely
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
You are absolutely right about that. But what I'm gonna do? So since you joined late, we'll finish off ours. Becky, I know has to go pretty soon, so I want to say I appreciate you coming on. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you made it. It was a little bit of
Thank you.
confusion
Yeah.
on the chat. I don't know what's going on, but I'm glad I'm glad you both made it on.
It
But
might be the hours because what time is it over there with you?
it's 8 p.m.
Sochi.
right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's 8 p.m. right now.
Wait a minute, it's over already?
See,
Wait,
Sochi's
what?
hours are different. I think
Yeah,
her time is different.
it's 8 p.m. right now.
Yeah, I'm 7
7 o'clock.
o'clock too.
Yeah, I'm 8 p.m. But I made sure it was
Oh shit.
I made sure it was 7 minutes, so like 6 for y'all.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
Maybe that's why a few didn't join. They were probably at a different time.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? She made it on though, so I'm glad. I'm glad you
Yeah.
both made it. But yeah, I know Becky, you have to go, but I'm glad you made it on. You were a great guest, and yeah, we'll continue LinkedIn for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me on, and hopefully we get to do this again.
Absolutely, I'll be down to have you on again. Oh yeah.
Alrighty, guys.
All
Bye,
right.
Have a
Becky.
good night. Bye.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Thank
All right. So we were talking a lot about this generation. So what's your opinion on this generation? Oh, here.
Well, uh, first of all, I'm older than this generation. I'm not too sure if you know that.
I didn't.
Yeah, I'm maybe double your age. I don't know, but I'm
Nah,
older.
I'm
I
20. I'm 22. Are you double?
oh yeah, I'm more than double.
No way. Stop it.
Yes, you thought I was young.
You look young.
Well, thank you. No,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be 49 this year in September.
Shit. Well, you're wearing it more than well. I'm gonna say that. I'm starting to think us Latin people don't age until we were like in our 60s. That's when it really starts to show.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you giving me 2 more years.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I don't know. This generation is completely different from what I am, used to. Um,
Yeah.
to me, it just seems that they're not street smart. They're too babied. There's no discipline. There's no respect. There's no loyalty. I
Yeah.
mean, compared to what, it seems like it's more about social media, what's out there, not being real, being fake and whatnot. And
Like
so,
people are more in tune to trying to be like famous and stuff like that.
yeah, I think so. I think, which is, that's the way the world's coming to. I think they're more into themselves and not into others, like taking that time to love and get to know another person,
Yeah.
spend time with your family members, whatnot. It's all about,
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's a complete different generation from what I grew up in. I get the chancla and I get my mama didn't mess around. I'm like well disciplined. I don't disrespect my mama, but
Ándale,
it's
pues,
like
como mi abuelito, güey, chingado. Damn.
tu madre y que no sé qué, pero no.
But see, my abuelita, like, it wouldn't just be the chancla, it would be the broom, whatever she can get her hands on type deal, and that's what she would use. Like, she wouldn't give a fuck.
And you name it.
She didn't give a fuck at all. At
But
all.
I'm glad you're experienced. And even back in my, we would get spanked by the teachers with paddles and stuff. So
Yeah, I
you know,
heard that was the thing, which I don't know how I would feel about that. Like, I would have to, like, fight the teacher, do that shit. Like, nah,
no,
I'm not going to do that, you know?
no, yeah, seriously.
Because I feel like getting disciplined by your parents or your grandparents is different than the school staff. Like, I'm not gonna let the school staff touch me. Fuck all that, you know?
No, you're right. I wouldn't want nobody touching my kids. I have 4 kids, so I wouldn't want anyone touching my kids.
Yeah.
Like,
So like, if that was still a thing, would you be worried? Or
I think the teacher should be worried. The teacher should be worried. I don't tolerate that stuff. Anybody messes with my kids, that's crosses the line. Do you have any kids?
I don't, not yet. No.
That's good. Yeah, I have 4 kids.
On a
It's cool.
on a personal note, like, I don't think I'm ready to have kids yet. But when it happens, it happens. So.
Yeah, things that happens. What are you gonna
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
That is sucio.
Which is weird. Which is weird because like by the time like my abuelito or like my dad was my age, like they already had kids, like they already had me. So it was like,
It's crazy, right?
It is. It is. I'm still to this day trying to figure out how they had so many kids and still yet dealt with it.
I don't know, and that's props to them because I don't know. I
I
we do have
wouldn't.
kids, let alone 9, 13. I have a family. They're a family of 9. You know,
Yeah.
big family, but I mean, it's all love.
Absolutely.
So, how is the Paso weather?
El Paso is it's warm now, but it was cold. Like it
Hmm.
gets, I think it still gets cold in the morning, and I don't like that. But,
You don't like that? You like the heat?
I like heat. I like tropical heat. You know what I mean?
You like to be wet?
The reason why I say tropical heat is because when I went to Puerto Rico during like one winter. I think it was winter of 2022,
Hmm.
and the heat out there was just perfect for me. Like I love it. You know?
The Puerto
So
Rican.
tropical heat was like that's what I like. I don't like cold. Like, I don't like being cold. I think that's uncomfortable for me. It's hard. I
I don't
hate it.
like the weather either. I like dressing. I like dressing. I like dressing my little boots and everything like that. But my fake
Yeah,
fur and whatnot. But I enjoy the heat. And you and I both know what the heat feels like. But El Paso is cooler than Arizona for sure, right? Like maybe a few degrees.
I don't know. It gets pretty damn hot here. I don't know.
No, I think so. I
I
think
don't
so.
know.
Yeah. But it gets hot. Well, I like the heat. I like the heat. I can't do cold. So
Como originalmente I'm pretty cuero, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty light. But right now, like I'm darker and it's because of the sun and stuff been coming up. So
be
I'm
getting
getting
a
some,
tan.
yeah, I'm getting some color, you know. You know what I mean?
You could still get
Listen,
somewhere in the winter.
no, I actually I've never been sunburned before.
No. Yeah.
Never.
They're still out there.
As
You
light as I actually am, I've never been sunburned.
no.
Mm-mm. But I'm glad for that. You know?
I get tan. I'm gonna go to Rocky Point next weekend, so I'm gonna. I love the beach. We don't have a beach. The closest thing is Rocky Point for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I,
So
I was gonna say, how's life in Arizona? Like, you like it, or would you move somewhere else?
well, I have a. You don't want to leave the family, so you stay here, and then I have my kids. I'm divorced, so I wouldn't be able to leave anyway. So
Yeah,
I like it. I mean, a lot of people from California are coming down here because of it's too expensive for a lot of neighbors here are from California. So,
yeah,
but I like it. So it has this. I like the culture. Like I was in the military, so I've been to like different countries and I've been in different cities and states, and um,
yeah.
I've been to like let's say Denver. It was just too white for me. I guess whatever. I don't know. Maybe people
Wait,
are being like, so
wait,
there's stuff over here.
wait. Denver was too blanquito or what?
No, too blanco for me.
Really?
Yeah, I know
La gente,
maybe I went to wrong part of town, but it was too blancos for me.
la gente or the weather?
La gente.
We'll say you gotta check out Pueblo. You go to Pueblo, then you see more Chicanos. You see more-
Nah. Went to Pueblo. Went to Pueblo.
Pueblo is just south of Springs, so when you're on the highway passing Denver, you hit Springs, Colorado Springs, which is a little more. It's a little less black, but you go to Pueblo, and Pueblo it has the people there también, pero it has chicken.
I lived in Pueblo. Well, yeah, I lived in Pueblo. My ex is from Pueblo.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So
I've
yeah,
been,
Pueblo. Yeah, Pueblo's like the.
tenía un nombre de un gringo. That's what I'm talking about. See, even tenía un nombre de un gringo. Like everybody's pinche güeros over here.
En Pueblo también.
Hasta el pueblo.
En Pueblo.
Yeah,
I don't know. It might have been where you were at in Pueblo. I don't know.
maybe,
Because
maybe.
where I was at in Pueblo, like where my family lived, like it was predominantly Mexicans out there. You know?
Yeah. Mexicanos y güeros.
Mexicanos, Chicanos.
Nada contra los gringos, nada de eso no digo, pero nada más, I'm just saying, I just like my culture. Like I like to
Yeah,
be, you know what I mean?
yeah. Yo también, yo también. I don't cook a lot of restaurantes either. Like, I like the home cooked comida mexicana, home cooked stuff or type
So what are
thing.
you drinking? What do you have in your cup? Vodka?
No, this is rum from Puerto Rico.
Oh,
Called
okay.
yeah, it's called Donku. Love it.
Okay. I like
Yeah,
coquito. You know what coquito is?
yeah. I've had coquito.
Yeah. One of my best friends, she's Puerto Rican,
That's
and she makes me for Christmas coquito. Delicious.
I'm trying to understand why a lot of people think I'm Puerto Rican. I'm trying to understand.
I don't know. Maybe your style? I don't know. They asked me, because, I work at a family clinic, and it's like all types of Latinos, and sometimes my accent will sound Puerto Rican, Cubana, oye tú, and I'm like, okay, Mexican. Let me go back to Mexican, and then. But they asked me too, like,
Yeah,
eres puertorriqueña, eres cubana. I'm like, no, mexicana, because I have like thick. My hair is naturally curly, but I flatten it out. So then
mine too. When I grow it out though,
it looks
mine's
nice.
short. Huh?
It looks nice. You're gonna grow
Thanks.
it out.
I usually do, but I've been cutting it short because I'm like, fuck all that hassle. Like, I'm good on that.
So when you let it out, does it grow curly then?
It'll start like thick, and
Uh
then
huh.
it'll get like a thick wavy, and then it'll get a thick curly. So it'll be like a little fro.
I ask you si eres puertorriqueño.
I mean, I didn't have that hairstyle when they said it. They still say that shit. Like, yeah, they still say that now.
I did my
Mhm.
DNA and it says I'm 11% black, and I know my friends are probably laughing at me, but you know,
Oh yeah.
yeah, I have some Cameroonian. I have all kinds of.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. Us Mexicans have black in us too. We got Nigerian and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we turn, we turn color in the summer. We come out.
That's why we don't get sunburned. You know?
Exactly. It just
Thank
comes
God
out.
for that. Thank God for that. Because I see people struggling with sunburns. Nah,
You're like,
good
no.
on.
Do you travel?
I travel. I try to travel a lot. I really do. I don't know. I'm not trying to go back to Mexico just because of the violencia ahorita. I'm good off. There's a lot of stuff going on right now.
I know it's not even worth it. It's unfortunate because it's such a beautiful country, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And it's just the history and our culture, whatnot. It's just it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and
It is a beautiful country, but it's stuff like like the cartel shit happening over there. It's not making it worth it going over there. In my
yeah.
opinion.
I'm
So
supposed to go to Tulum on a girls trip in July, so I'm still gonna go to Tulum in July.
Tulum is definitely. I don't know if I hear side. You hear like side noises?
No.
I was hearing it for a second. Oh, it's whenever I talk.
Oh,
Yeah. But I would say Tulum is more like a touristy type area.
yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
No, you can't go to I wouldn't. I haven't been able to go to Juarez, because I have family in Juarez. I haven't been there in years, and I won't go there. But
We're right there, man. We're right there. And yeah, there's crazy shit that happens every day.
I know.
Right there.
But everything that's going on in the States, you freaking feel like shit. I'm just gonna get my ass to Mexico with all this BS that's going on, like prices and everything that's going on, and
Yeah. My thing is, I do want to live outside of the States in the next couple years, because who knows when this country's gonna go to shit. And I'd rather be in Spain or the UK, somewhere else where it's not so fucked up.
Yeah, you're right.
And again, I would say Mexico, but again, I'm a Chicano, so like they're like your Spanish is like ours, you're American, you know.
You speak well Spanish, don't you? I mean, it sounds like you speak really well.
Simón que sí, ya no, está bien, pero es como ghetto Spanish, you know, Chicano Spanish. I'm like,
What is Spanish?
I'm the orale que onda guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not the, you know, whatever.
Upper, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so with
I
my
know.
slang, with me knowing my slang and what I know that I'm not going to be enough for Mexico. Mexico's going to turn me back around, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's unfortunate because you have places like Puerto Rico where if you look the part, they accept you. It don't
Mm.
matter. They accept you, they talk to you, they treat you like they want to go on. Versus Mexico is like, if you don't speak our Spanish, you get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And it sucks. Because as a Chicano, it's like we're not American enough for these motherfuckers, and we're not Mexican enough for Mexicans.
This is what Selena said. Her dad said. Right?
Yep.
We're not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like that's what Selena said. But it's true though. It's true.
Well, I feel like it's always gonna be that way.
Mm-hmm.
Always gonna be that way. You know.
No, yeah. And then a lot of do come over, and they and I'm happy for them, but sometimes they just think they're shit, and they feel like they're obligated. They feel like they just take advantage. I think sometimes some of them do, or they just better than now that they're here. Like I'm better. I'm like, calm down, tigers.
Well, my thing is, I don't blame them for taking advantage because, I said like they're coming over doing the jobs that most people don't want to fucking do, and they're making money doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame them for that.
No.
But as a Chicano to be told like you're not Mexican enough or you're not American enough, I think it's really like stuck in the middle type deal.
No,
what the
yeah.
fuck are we then,
No, yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm also referring to the ones that come work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know, working in the medical field, and we know what work in the medical field and what the insurance is and what they are able to get versus a person that has a private insurance and can't do anything. We can't really do much, but when it comes to someone that's just here just for the medical part, they get whatever they want, and it's very sad. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. So I'm curious though, what's your opinion on cholitos and cholitas? What's your opinion on
cholos and cholas?
Simon?
I grew up with cholos. My whole family is on cholos. My cousins will initiate in my front yard. my primos are cholos, so that's my family. And and I'm proud. I'm proud of being around my people. I love my people because they have my back, and it's mi gente. So exactly. I got my.
Exactly.
I got my chucks. I go to work and I have my white coat and I wear my Converse.
Yeah.
My dope man I wear.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be and how I grew up, and I'm not gonna change.
Exactly.
So
I told my esposa, I was like, I want a custom lowrider one day. She was not for it.
No.
No. I'm like, wow, like that's something that I grew up with. I grew up seeing that type of shit, and I was like, I want that in the future. Like, I want that. But she's not about it. She's not.
You're supposed to. You say you're supposed to?
Say that again?
Who was not into it or who didn't want to?
Mi esposa, she's not into it.
Oh, yeah, esposa.
Yeah.
¿Dónde está tu anillo?
¿No que sí?
on a second. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I get joked with a lot. I'm young, you know what I'm saying? But
No, yeah. You
mi,
do you.
mi esposa es mexicana también. La familia de Guanajuato, so Guanajuato es diferente que Jalisco. How we do things outside. It's a little different. But I'm with it, you know. My family likes me.
Yeah.
I
No, I
feel.
have like my primo. He actually has a car in my garage because he has like numerous cars. Like we've
Yeah.
had our Monte Carlos. My brother has the Monte
Hell
Carlo.
yeah.
I have like
Hell
a
yeah.
yard. You know what I mean? So
So you're supportive. You're supportive of the lowriders then.
yes, I do. That's what my
I
family.
love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I think I'm gonna need you to talk to my esposa so that you can tell her like it's okay to have that. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, it's a hobby. It's not. It's best for you to be doing that than to be doing some other BS nowadays. You know what I mean? Like, fuck it, go for
Yeah.
it.
So yeah. So muchos mis primos que mira mi primo está sureño. You
Hmm.
know the gang shit, and I never fell into it, but I grew up around that type of stuff. And I'm like, I was always kind of like, as I got older, I was like, I don't need to be a part of this,
Yeah.
But that's a big problem that we have as a Mexican or Chicano community is the Sureño Norteño type deal. I think that shit needs to be resolved.
No. Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up because of my primos. I grew up around Sureños, so but I'm not gonna sit here and claim anything. I'm not gonna sit here and say like, this needs to happen, but I definitely think that the same thing like blacks killing blacks is the same thing that we're doing. Mexicans killing Mexicans. And it doesn't need to happen that way. It
No.
doesn't need
Yeah.
to happen.
No.
I
No.
think
Yeah. You're right. It doesn't need to. No. Yeah. I used to in high school. I used to wear my khakis with my white t-shirts and stuff.
so
Back
you
in
used
the
to be Cholita. I fuck with that. I really
yeah.
think that had an impact on me because, like I said, I grew up around that type of stuff. So like Cholita have always been like, have always been like my type of deal, but I don't know.
No. Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy.
No. I and you know what? I never dated a cholo. To be honest with you, I just had
No?
until recently. I dated a cholo. Uh,
How was it? I'm curious. How was
it's different. It's
it?
different.
What was it? What was it like though? What was it like?
Um, I mean, it's just like if I was with my family, because how everyone talks, how everyone acts, and whatnot, the way
Yeah.
they dress and everything like that. But yeah, normally I wouldn't date a cholo. I know my cousins and my family are, but I'm always like the pretty boys and whatever. But I'm like, but
Yeah.
no longer with the person. So okay.
That's how families are though. They'll tell you like, hey, don't date that fucker. Like he's probably in this and stuff. Because he has tattoos and wears a tank top and shit like that. And I'm like, man,
No, yeah,
it's crazy.
no, yeah. It was different, but it's all good. You live and learn.
Yeah. It was a good experience though, right? Yeah, totally. It was a good experience.
Yeah,
Are you lying or are you lying?
yeah. It was a good experience. I'm not gonna say like I say, you live and learn. I learned some lessons from it. It's all
So
good.
okay, so perfect. What made you and the Polito split? What made y'all split?
What? I'm sorry.
What made you and the Cholo split? Like, what made y'all split?
Maybe dishonesty, not ready for a relationship, bullshit.
Ah,
Really, just bullshit. I don't have time for bullshit. Well, nowadays,
I'm with
yeah.
I'm with you on that. I'm with
Especially at my age, like I don't have time to be messing around. I have 4 kids. I have a career. I'm trying to run my business. I don't have time for
you.
bullshit.
You're seeing people that are around your age still acting childish and still acting the same way. Like, how does that make you feel? Like I would feel like this generation is shit for me. Dude, like this is outright.
You know what's crazy? He's the same, almost the same age as me, but it just seems like he thought that I was like 30 something years old. But it just seems like they're into the younger ones. And then so I get hit on by young guys thinking I'm young, but then they're aware of my age, but they want to go out with older women because they don't have time and they don't want to take care of.
I was gonna say I'm gonna elaborate on that. So let's say younger dudes like to go for older women because y'all seem more mature.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all seem more mature in the case that y'all gonna lock that relationship down and y'all gonna treat us good just the same as we're gonna treat you good.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. But to date the same age, it's not the same.
No.
Like they're more likely to fucking cheat on us or do some stupid stuff or whatever the case may be. So that's why a lot of us go for older women. I'm 24 years old. I'm 22. My family was like, "Órale, cougar," but I'm like, nah, like, older women, like they develop more. They know what they're doing more. They're more experienced.
We're more experienced on what we want. We picked up on bullshit. I'm not gonna tolerate it.
Exactly. So my thing is that's why we go for older women because it's like they're more experienced and guess what? They're not treating us the same way as the ones that are our age or younger treating us. So
yeah.
That's my thought.
No, you have a good thought process. You're right on top. Yep.
Because this generation is not good.
That's what I'm saying. This generation needs to get like a pause. It's just different.
I think if bullshit keeps coming, I think Dios y también Jesús gonna come and they're gonna change that shit. Like, no more. It's getting too much. It's getting too much.
No.
Exactly.
Like I've been divorced for almost like 5 years, and I've only had like 2 boyfriends. One lasted 3 months, one lasted a month.
Were they my age or?
No, well, no, they were younger, like in the 30s.
Oh, okay.
But the first one was a gringo, and he conned me. He was a conner. Have you seen that show, The Swindler Tender?
Simon, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, well, I'm one of those women, and he was fake, complete fake. He conned me. Yep, he conned me.
Entonces no gringos para ti, güey. No gringos para ti.
And then after that one, chin carne de puerco. But not everyone's the same, and everyone, and I don't know. I just sometimes it's exhausting dating, whatnot, because like you said, like we know what we want and we don't tolerate it or not. Like I have 5 other girlfriends and we're all like single. But I'm looking forward to meeting that one. I don't know. I'm currently dating right now. So
absolutely.
Where it goes.
My thing is the gringo también, pero los otros, they fucked up. In my opinion, after having you on here, talking to you a little bit, you seem like a very good guy. So whoever these dudes are, they fucked up. And at the same time, that's not your problem. It
No.
is what it is. Los deals usted arriba de la escalera telling you like they were,
No, yeah.
so,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
I have a lot of love to give. I just want somebody to love me back. That's all I'm asking.
I didn't put them. You know what I'm saying? It's hard out here. It's hard. Like, the way I met, like the way I met my wife, bro. Like it was not what I expected. You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, though. It hits you randomly. So
It does. But damn,
yeah,
how did you
but
guys meet?
it really was like I want to say a dating app, but it wasn't really a dating app. It was like a social app.
Aggressive?
It was like one of those dating social app things that I was going live on, and she just, you know what I'm saying? She just hit me up, and then we happened to be in the same area, and we hit it off from there.
Oh, now you guys are married. How long have you guys been married for?
Almost a year.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
good. How long after you guys were dating and then you guys decided to get hitched?
almost a year. We were about 10 months.
Okay. Yeah, you guys were in love then.
About 10 months.
That's nice. I hope it lasts for a long.
I think like humbly speaking and truthfully speaking, I think that was just one of the lucky ones that happened to, because the way I see this generation going, not a lot of people being married. It's very unfortunate.
No, not a lot.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
for 20 years.
Yeah. But in your case, I really truly feel like these dudes fucked up, because, in my opinion, you're a good woman. In my opinion, you're fun to conversate with. In my opinion, like,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
absolutely, like, you're fun to conversate with. You're fun to talk to. So I really feel like these dudes really messed up. That's their own fault.
They messed up, all right. But they're doing me a favor because, Mr. Right's going to come along and
I like that.
they're doing me a favor, because I'm always like, oh, they're going to change, or oh, todo pendeja. I'm like, what the fuck? I have my own shit
I'm
going on.
not saying don't give younger dudes a chance, but I'm saying that one specific younger dude was just not it. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, why not venture down the younger dudes and see what they're about? Why not? But don't let that one ruin it.
I have not just been with one dude. I have not just dated just one young one. I've dated numerous young ones.
There could be young ones like me that are just ready to just knock down one and that's it. That's what I did.
And then when they want kids and stuff, I have my 4 kids, and they're like, I want a baby, and then they leave you. I'm like, meh. So, no, I mean, we'll see what happens. Just wait.
I think it's cool that you have 4 kids and you're still like having fun. I like that. I fuck with it.
I live my life. I have to live life.
I like that.
Life. Like after this, I'm gonna be at. I was asked to go on the Arizona Hip Hop Festival, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow, and just busy, and I have another podcast, one of the radio stations. I'm just living life, I'm gonna hit year, and I'm happy. I look, and I have my shit together, and
absolutely, I love that for you. And I love that you made it onto this podcast. I love that. For sure. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
You and Becky are good in my book. The other ones, I don't know what the fuck.
We're good people.
But see, that's the life of being a podcaster. Like, you have people that are gonna come on, and then people that are just like, oh, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But we're gonna go ahead and end off this episode. But
Okay.
we have a Q&A at the end of every episode. So like 5 questions. Some of them are a little weird. Some of them are straight up. I'm not the one asking. I'm sorry. But are you ready for the questions?
Sure. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm
Let's do
ready.
it.
All right.
Here's the first one right now. And here we go.
I think full hair.
Full hair?
Yeah, one's full hair, but but I'm good with bald people too.
I have a
All,
buzz cut.
all the people I dated was like tan pelones, so even the last cholo that I was with, that pelon.
Damn, so I look cholito.
No, yours looks good.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
nicely trimmed. It's good. It's nicely trimmed.
So what's a cholito cut? Is it like straight bald?
Yeah. Well, see. Well, the one, yes. Primos though, I think all my primos they have their hair like yours.
I got you. Yeah. Here's the second one.
Yes, I agree.
No, that's the wrong fucking answer. Wrong answer. Why do you do a zodiac sign?
Because I'm the life of the party. I'm a Virgo. I'm a life of the party. I don't like people lying to me, and I will investigate. Okay.
I don't think
green.
I don't think the motherfuckers that are lying. I don't think it's because of the zodiac sign. I just think it's because they're just pieces of shit.
Okay.
Like I'm an Aquarius, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you could take a room full of Aquarius dudes, and we're gonna act different, completely different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, zodiac signs that have a little bit of truth to them, but not as much. Like not enough for me to judge.
We'll do 50% then. Fine.
Like not enough for me to judge someone. You know what I mean?
Okay. Can you try putting your head down and lay your face and your hands, breathe in and out for 10? Tell me if that's relaxing for you. Okay. So put my head down and for 10 whole seconds?
Yeah, it said put your head down into your hands for 10 seconds and say if that's relaxing for you.
What do I do with my hands?
Like you put it over your face or like lay your head down?
Like this?
Like your whole face?
Oh. For 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't think I felt anything. I just felt like a good stretch in the back of my neck. So it did feel good. It did feel good. Stretch or not because I had my hands on my face.
So it wasn't relaxing at all?
Yes, it relaxed the back of my neck. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Okay.
No, he doesn't. Yeah.
Oh, you know what the zodiac sign?
The zodiac signs. Otra vez.
I don't agree.
I know you don't. I know that about you now.
You agree with it?
I know that about you, and I know you want to freaking get us un. You want some hydraulics up in your car, huh?
I want that car put the fuck out. You know? The zodiac sign, bro, like I just feel like you can't define a person by their zodiac. That's all.
There's something with the stars and the moons and the energy. Okay, what's the best advice you got for someone either?
You're shot at someone that don't. That's a good one. So, what advice do you have for those individuals?
Just go ahead and just go ahead and go for it because you don't want to regret it. And what if you feel like there's actually some chemistry and they feel the same way? So we only live once, so okay, just do it. What's what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? Nothing. Okay, carry on. On to
Orderly press, fuck it, just do it.
shot, girl and boy. Give it a shot.
Arre.
Hmm.
That's the fifth one. What the hell is a Bible verse? What is going on?
How do you naturally cover your eyes if someone tells you to? If you naturally use your hand, that means that you're genuine and sweet.
Oh, okay. So this question has been confirmed from past episodes. It's true. That shit is true. How do you naturally cover it?
Just close my eyes.
I'm saying like if you were to use your hands, like what would you naturally do?
I do go like this. I do use one hand.
One hand? Okay, so one hand so
See? Don't mess with me.
so would you say you're charismatic and have a tough personality?
Don't mess with me. I'm telling you, my gangster side comes out. Will come out. I'm a beast. You know, when I gotta be a beast.
See, there's some truth to that question, man. I'm telling you.
So yeah, I'm like, okay, you know, because you gotta get the other hand ready in case you need to start swinging. So you know, just kidding.
I fuck with you. You're funny as hell. I
Oh,
love it. I love it. It brings
thanks.
me a lot of like family memories. I love that. You know what
That's
I'm
cool.
saying? I love
That's
that.
what it does.
But we're gonna go ahead and end off this episode. I appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely. Definitely.
All right.
Definitely. You said what now?
Que te me cuidas. Cuídate.
Harley. Simone, thank you.
All
And I
righty.
hope you have a good night.
You too. Thank you.